Okay, now we're live.
That time it went. Okay. It's on! Yeah, it's on. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Disney Parks Talk Live, the weekly show in which the four beautiful people on your screen talk about what's going on in the world of Disney theme parks. My name is Doobie Mosley, beauty number one. To my left, or right, depending on how you look at it, is beauty number two, Rebecca Mosley, my wife. How you doing, Rebecca?
I'm doing fine, babe.
Below her, Mike Celestino, beauty number three, covering Southern California theme parks for us. How's it going, Mike?
It's going well, thank you.
Glad to hear that. And next to him, the beautiest of them all, beautiful Jeremiah Good, covering Walt Disney World. How you doing, Jerem?
I'm only beautiful because Roosevelt gives me these beautiful shirts to be beautiful in.
Oh, which one are you wearing today? What is that?
It's one of Jim Henson's doodle shirts. I love these. It is actual doodles from Jim Henson's doodle book that they just turned into shirts.
Okay. So we're going to talk about what's going on in the world of Disney theme parks. A little bit of a quiet time, I think, before the explosion to come in a few weeks. But we've got some stuff. If you have any questions, you want to be a part of this conversation, that's what the chat's for. Please feel free to participate. And a quick thank you to our longtime sponsor, Mouse Fan Travel. If you're planning a trip to any Disney destination, or for that matter, any cruise destination that isn't Disney, then check out Mouse Fan Travel. They'll make sure to give you the best price possible, a few extra perks usually, and take all the hassle out of planning your Disney trip. And with that, let's get started with the giant, huge breaking news that there is yet another new attraction at Walt Disney World. It's not enough that we got Tiana's Bayou Adventure a couple weeks ago, but we are 2 days away from another brand new attraction that Jeremiah has had the opportunity to enjoy. Tell us all about it, Jeremiah.
I've had the opportunity to enjoy it 2 times now. Country Bear Musical Jamboree. Yes, make sure it is musical because that is the change point. It is an amazing show. It's so much fun. It moves quick. It's the same same length as the previous edited version of the original show, but this one is smooth, has the original humor. Like, I walked out of there wanting to go see it again, and when I got to see it again, I wanted to go see it again and again. Tomorrow morning or Wednesday morning, I will actually be going to the park just to go see it one more time. And on Wednesday, I'll get to listen to music all day on my streaming service.
Yay! I'm excited. I can't wait to hear it.
I just really hope that it's the entire show, not just the music, because that seems to be their trend now. But, you know, just like with the original Country Bear Jamboree, the interstitial stuff is really what makes it. There isn't a lot of the conversations between them because it does move so quickly, but there is enough where if it's not there, it'll seem a little awkward when it goes into some of the songs.
So, in addition to the show itself, have they made a lot of changes to the exterior, the interior, and the queue area?
So the exterior has these cute little signs on the outside. There's this one, and there's another one about guests loving it. Of course, the new marquee. The biggest change is in the lobby area. And we actually, D23 had an event this week, and the video's up on our YouTube, and there'll be an article up shortly recapping it. And they talk about how these displays were inspired by the Tokyo Disneyland Country Bear Jamboree, where they have the similar displays. They tell the story of the bears and where they were, are, and how they got to where you are. The best part is in the lower right-hand corner of that that area, that is an actual camera from Wendell from the Vacation Hoedown. I know we talked about this last week, but it's just one of my favorite little things. And they added some Mark Davis art around. But it's a really good show. You can go watch it on our YouTube or just wait 2 days and book a quick trip with Mouse Fan Travel, because there are some great deals going on this summer, and come out and visit it.
Okay,
So-
I just made a realization. Okay, no, it's not a big deal. Just a mom thing. Our teenage son, he has this habit of like learning attractions and like being able to recite them. So like he can recite the Jaws ride, dialogue, and various attractions. And I just had the flashback of a memory when I used to go to to Disneyland, and I met a Disneyland security guard, and I was telling him I was a big fan of the Country Bear Jamboree. In fact, I played the record all the time. And he said, "I don't believe it." And I recited to him the entire thing from beginning to end. We just walked around Tom Sawyer Island as I recited to him the whole thing. And I'm just realizing, oh my, like mother, like son. So yeah, sorry. So I can still recite a good portion of it, I have to admit. So
I can recite every word of Depeche Mode Black Celebration, so I can relate.
I could do the entire Violator album and quite a few of their albums, yeah.
sorry.
But I can also do Country Bear Jamboree, but I can't do it just off memory. I need some prompting.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to the one and only original Country Bear Jamboree.
So, one of the cool
go.
things,
There she
and
goes.
you'll see this.
You're gonna get a
in my
copyright
article.
flag.
I know, right?
No, nobody cares about the original one anymore. There are actual audio drops from the original Country Bear Jamboree show that made it into the new Country Bear Musical Jamboree. There are 3 of them that have been confirmed by WDI and the Walt Disney Archives. And when you read my article, you'll be able to find out what those are.
I have 2 questions for you. First, and most importantly, are there any references to the Country Bear movie in the attraction?
No, but I will tell you, I was around people that were upset that they didn't change it to the Country Bear movie. And these people, honestly, they said to me, "I love the Country Bear Jamboree movie. I used to watch it all the time." And then I looked at them and said, "You were dropped on your head a lot as a child, weren't you?"
No.
And their mom said, "Yes."
It's not a bad movie. Yeah, and it stars Rebecca Mosley. So, and then question.
Yeah, you could have told him. You know people in that movie.
I did. I said I know quite a few people that were featured in that movie, and I can remember when there was promise that it was going to change to that, and then I'm so thankful they did not.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have minded that song. What is it? Straight to the Heart. That's kind of a nice little song.
Question number 2.
First, an apology for my slouching. This isn't laziness. This is me protecting an injury I have. Question number 2. You saw it twice,
Yes.
Media and V23?
Correct.
What has the reaction? I know you keep your finger on the pulse of the community. What's the reaction?
I've only met one person who didn't like it, and their reasoning for not liking it was the song choices. And so fast forward to the D23 thing, which again, if you go watch the video on our YouTube channel, they go to this long talk about everything. It is very much the Walt Disney Archives and WDI talking about it. So it's not just, talking heads, it's history, and you learn a lot, including some of the first plans for the Bear Band back in the day. I think it was 1966, they said. Like way early. The original songs that they were working on, one of them was Hi Ho for the show. So the putting Disney music in there has always been part of it. It's just now currently. And again, what I've said multiple times is we only knew the songs that were in the original show from the original show. Kids walk in today, they are terrified of being whooped and shot and all that stuff. Now at least they can go in there and sing along like, Gideon can do.
Country Bear. What's it called again, Jeremiah?
Musical Jamboree.
Just add the
Country
word
Bear.
musical. It's not too
Okay.
tough.
The musical Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah.
No. Country Bear Musical Jamboree opens July 17th, Disneyland's birthday, at Walt Disney World at the Magic Kingdom. So Jeremiah will be there Wednesday morning to check it out. I'm excited to see what those wait times are.
I will tell you, for the D23 event, it was you purchased a ticket and you had one showing. I made it over with probably about the lobby opened a half hour before the show. So our show was 8:30. I got there about 7:15 or so. People who got a free ticket into the park with this event were already in line to get into the lobby and looking around the lobby for a half hour. So it's definitely been, both times I've seen it, everybody's walked out cheering, being very excited.
Being in a while.
Yeah.
How's Tiana looking over there?
I'm sorry? Tiana?
Value Adventures. It's still creating a whoop whoop. They still have a virtual queue. How's it doing over there?
They still have virtual queue. I went on it Friday night after seeing the show, and Lewis, as soon as you drop down into the bayou, both Lewises, the first two Lewises, were like this, with no body movement at all. And Tiana, the first, or one of the first Tianas, no, the first Tiana going up the lift hill, her mouth wasn't working.
Aww.
But when you dropped in, her body wasn't working, but her head was moving. I mean, the finale, everything was working great, which wasn't what we had when we went on at Doobie, but they're still having problems with the figures.
Oh, that's a bummer.
All right, July 17th, Country Bear Musical Jamboree. So Mike Celestino, our next story is D23, and obviously this is Parks Talk, but I just want to ask you, man to man, when that schedule came out for the D23 Ultimate Fan event, what did you say? I want to be in that room, assuming Benji lets me.
Well, I already have my schedule for D23, so I know which rooms I'm going to be in.
All right, which room are you most excited to be in?
Can I bring up my schedule?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, The Muppets at 70, a glamorous Miss Piggy retrospective.
Oh,
that'll be fun.
Good. Okay.
Donald Duck at 90, Quacktacular.
Wow, they know you. Benji was kind to you this year.
Directing Disney is another one. National Geographic investigates Inside the Walt Disney Studios, a cinemagical history, bringing the worlds of Disney animation to life in the Disney parks. And so, how do you direct animation anyway? Those are all my assignments.
Are there any Star Wars specific events this year?
I do not believe so.
Or not events, but
they will be part of the studios, I would think. Yeah.
So anyway, D23 Ultimate Fan Event. Don't call it an expo. Is only
Ultimate Disney Fan Event.
Is it August 8th that it's starting? Yeah, I thought someone would have that off the top of their head.
9th, 10th, and 11th. But the 8th is probably the...
8th is Disneyland Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So August 9th is when it starts all of the events. Laughing Place will be there. Please go find our booth. Say hello. Get some free stuff from us. That's why we're there. But you'll also see a bunch of other LPers actually covering stuff. So if you see an LPer that looks like they're rushing from one event to another, make sure you stop them, ask for a picture, have a conversation with them about what it's like to work for Laughing Place, and then let them be on their way. So, here are the faces. What are the theme park things? I know you did a special show on this with our CEO, Rebecca, looking at the schedule. What are some of the theme park highlights people need to be aware of for this year's expo, this year's fan event?
I'm so bad at remembering anything. Jeremiah probably has it better than I do, even though I talked about it with Benji. Go ahead, Jeremiah. Jump in here. Save me.
There are a lot of little park ones. I mean, one of the coolest ones that I'm going to try to clone myself to be in that show also is the World's Fair panel, which I've heard is pretty spectacular.
Saturday, 10:15.
Friday.
Just to dream away, Disney at the 1964 Disney World's Fair.
Oh, is it Saturday? My schedule is yeah. But there's a lot of smaller events going on. Like if you want to learn a lot of and that's always the D23 way, is there's so many different panels. And this year I feel like they definitely delivered on the promise of lots of panels. You know, you'll always feel like you're missing out on something by being in a different panel, but it really will all come to a head at the Honda Center for the big announcements.
Regarding what I'm excited about, on Sunday morning they're doing a look at Tiana, so that's going to include not only the newly opened attraction, but it's also going to talk a little bit about this TV series that we know is coming. You know that so I'm excited kind of about what's her continuing story.
And Anika Noni Rose is going to be there, which is very exciting.
Yeah. And then you already mentioned the Beautiful Tomorrow, but the other one that I remember catching my eye was I want to say Down the Rabbit Hole with Steve Vanini and
Kevin Kern.
Kevin Kern. That sounds like a lot of fun, just kind of exploring little facts and seeing. And once again, those are ones that they've to me, that they really seem to reach out to the people who didn't get into the Honda Center, because those are they're going to be unique. And so even if you're not at the Honda Center, you're going to have something special with that. I have seen Stacia Martin many times over the years. I have always enjoyed her presentations because, once again, those are things that you just don't really see in other places. You know, some of these announcements and that kind of stuff, it's gonna be all over YouTube, so you're gonna have access to it. But these smaller presentations and kind of these more intimate conversations, like the one that they're going to have that's hosted by Michael Giacchino with the Lopez.
Basketball players are going to be there?
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
to that. Songwriting team. Yes.
The songwriting
team. Lopi, yes.
They're talking about their music, these kinds of conversations, you know, I always enjoy. But this is, you know, I think this is going to be my first year jumping into the actual big panels. So I'm interested to see what that's going to be like, because I actually am going to put my name in for this RSP and see what I end up with. And I have tickets to the Honda Center, and you know, I haven't been kind of in the room where it happens since before my little boy was born, pretty much. So it'll be it'll be fun to kind of see D23 in a different way. But I'm always most excited about the show floor. So I'm interested to see what it is that the divisions of Disney opt to show us in kind of that more convention way. You know, what displays do we see? What products is it that they're really excited about, that they want us to embrace? This I still can't get over. Jeremiah, you were a big fan of this, huh?
This it is definitely a poster that I want. Like, it has so many small little touches. I'm surprised that Doobie hasn't just zoomed in on the treasure and the adventure there. But so all the castles in the distance.
So this is the promo for Disney Experience Showcase. Will that be what's happening on the floor for them, or their big Honda Center presentation, or everything?
It has the date on it, so I'm assuming this is the reference to the Honda Center presentation.
That makes sense. Because I'm really excited to see what they do on the floor. I mean, the presentation is great, and that's where we get all the announcements for and everything. But you know, I don't go to those either. But while working the booth, I always take a break and get over to see some of the floor stuff, and I'm excited to see what they do for the floor for Disney parks and experiences this year. I don't think we have any hint as to what that's going to be. That's what I'm looking forward to.
One of the cool things this year, there's always a large archives display, but this year is I can't think of the name of the actual, it's the cars through the years of the movies and parks. Like, I got a preview of that when I went out to the D23 announcements. They had Sharpay's car from High School Musical. They had one of the original parking lot trams from Disneyland were theirs, and they're going to have those all over the floor this year. So it's not going to be like past years where you have to wait to go into a specific area. This is, you'll just walk the floor and run into cars. Well, hopefully not run into them.
Hopefully they won't run into you.
Yeah.
By the way, regarding parks presentations, also want to remind people that Friday morning they're going to have a presentation on the Hyperion stage that dives into the costuming of the parks and the cruise line. So, if that's something that you're interested in, you're going to get a deep dive into the creative process and whatnot behind some of those costumes that you're always seeing the cast in when you're at the resorts.
There's also a Disneyland Foods presentation on Friday afternoon. So lots of smaller stuff aside from the huge thing that's going to be at the Honda Center. And I just want to make sure people have this link. This is a helpful link. As you guys were talking, I was able to very quickly find information and when stuff was happening and what those names were because of that link right there. It's very quick to search, to sort, to filter for the entire D23 Ultimate Fan Event schedule. I invite you to check it out. Share it with a friend. It is a very quick way to...
But only share it with a friend if they already have a ticket, because then you'll just be a jerk. Look at what I'm going to do.
That's a good point. All right, so that is the fan event, and we have been through Disney World. One more thing before we pop over to Disneyland, and that is the announcement of yet more cruise stuff. So this week we had kind of a surprise announcement, I think, that the Oriental Land Company, which is the company that actually owns Tokyo Disneyland, has announced that they're going to be creating Disney cruise ships. They did not, nowhere did they use the word Disney Cruise Line, so these presumably will be separate, almost in the way that Tokyo Disneyland is separate, but Disney will be creating them. And obviously they will operate out of Japan, and it's just always exciting whenever you get a new Disney cruise ship, even if it's owned by OLC, and we will see what these will become. Any comments on that, anybody?
That was one of those out of left field things. Nobody ever had on their bingo card the OLC creating a Disney cruise ship. But if they do it just like they do with Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea, the investments that go into the new ships will only benefit us here in the U.S. and what can come on future ships.
Yes, and these will be sister ships to the current line, which are the Treasure, the Destiny, and
by the way, Gio just popped in and asked if they had released D23 streaming schedule, and I just wanted to let him know. No, we haven't heard any information about that, but we are paying attention so that we can bring you guys that information when we have it, but not yet. They haven't shared that with us yet.
$2 billion they're planning to invest in this. They say they always put that information out from OLC, which is very helpful. And that ship is expected to begin in 2029. All right. Moving back to the theme parks, Mike Celestino, where do you want to start on the Disneyland Resort, Mike? I'll leave it to you.
Is there something to talk about at Disneyland Resort?
So we've got a lot of construction going on. You've got over to Din Tai Fung,
right?
Yes,
we talked about that last week, right?
Well, you had been at the park, so we talked about it a little bit. But now we've got pictures and stuff.
Well, let's do the
construction. Give us a construction update. Go for it.
Right now, under construction at Disneyland Resort is the Tiana's Bayou Adventure attraction. Walls are blocking off access to all of Critter Country, including many adventures of Winnie the Pooh and the Hungry Bear restaurant. Those are all not accessible, and the Haunted Mansion, of course, is undergoing its queue overhaul as well, so you can't get in there. That attraction is also closed for the summer. I think we are expecting it to open in early September for the Halloween season for Haunted Mansion Holiday. And yeah, there you could see where the walls are up around former Splash Mountain near Hungry Bear restaurant as well. So you can't get in there. You can't access Galaxy's Edge this way. And it's going to be like that for a bit. Over in, yeah.
Go ahead. Please go ahead.
You want to go to Downtown Disney?
Yes.
I finally went into Din Tai Fung after it opened up and took pictures inside there. I walked around the restaurant. I did not eat there, but I got pictures of pretty much the whole place and that big nice bar in the middle. You can check those all out on laughingplace.com. There
What
you
do you think
go.
of it?
Looks very nice. Came out really well, I thought.
I like the exterior too. You know, something about this building really works for me.
Yeah.
Oh, they have merchandise?
Yeah. Oh, this is Din Tai Fung merchandise.
That's cute.
It's t-shirts and plushes. There's
That's
the dining
beautiful.
area. This is looking out over toward the ESPN zone, former ESPN zone, and you can see the Star Wars trading post there on the right out the window in the background.
So this was just kind of the grassy area
Yeah.
before, then the roadway and that kind of stuff.
Right.
We also found out that cast members will have a kickoff for the 70th called the Road to the 70th on July 17th. It's a backstage party. It's for the cast, but presumably we'll probably start to learn then what's coming to celebrate Disneyland's 70th anniversary, which is next year, which is hard to believe since I started going at 40 years of adventure, and here we are at 70 years. Listen, getting old.
30.
And yet I'm still older than you.
I decided over the weekend I have a goal to live to see the Disneyland 100th anniversary. This is my current goal.
I just want to see the time castle being
Yes.
removed.
That would be nice. So that's it. That's your goal. Once you get to 100, they get to 100, you're done. You're fine to die at that point.
Yeah, I think that's a good goal to have.
How old will you want?
I'm generally unhealthy, so
You'll still be pretty young. You'll be in your 70s at that point, right?
I'll be in my mid 70s. Yeah.
Yeah. Decades to go. Decades. Who knows what this is?
Good.
Very cute is what it is.
It's an ice cream truck, ice cream bucket.
I just wanted to make music though.
And what's really cool is you pull out that ice cream cone in the front there, and it's a spoon. So yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever eats that much ice cream is going to get sick.
That's cute.
I think it is important to note it does not actually roll on its own.
And that's a lot of ice cream in there.
That is
Wait,
coming-
the wheels don't actually roll, you said?
No, I didn't say that, but it's not like
A
self-propelled.
pullback?
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it would be. What's
Isn't the
ice cream?
Pizza Planet truck a rollback? Pullback?
I
No,
don't.
It's not a Pizza Planet truck just rolls when you push it. It's not a pullback.
barely rolls. I was in as an Epcot the other day, and some dad had just spent the $40 to get the popcorn bucket for his kid who's in the stroller, and all I hear is this bang, drag, because the kid put it down next to the stroller. It's just like falling on its side, and
I don't know. I saw it roll pretty good in the lobby of the Pixar Place Hotel when Mike and Tony were playing with it.
That is coming July 16th to Gibson Girl Ice Cream Parlor on Disneyland's Main
Oh.
Street, and then you can hop on a plane, head over to Magic Kingdom for the 17th.
So I'll be
Mike.
I'll be at Disneyland
Yeah.
on the 17th for the 69th
Are you-
birthday of the park.
Do you? Oh, well, we have Tony Betty, technically Tony. The Pizza Planet absolutely rolls back and can cross a hotel lobby. Absolutely.
oh, it is a pullback.
It was impressive. He pulled
Is
it
it
back
a
and I watched
pullback?
it zoom all the way, pretty much all the way across the lobby. It looked like I was impressed.
Okay, so I want to clarify. I do not know if this could be a pullback. For all I know, it does not say
Okay.
it's a pullback, but it does not say it's not a pullback. You would think it would say it is, but it does not say anything.
Okay.
Mike, your job on July 16th is to find out if this is a pullback.
I won't be there on the 16th. So I'll be there on the 17th.
When he gets on the 17th, it's to find out.
That's now your job. Find time. Find time.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't you talk about Ghost Town Alive, Mike? One of your favorite events of the year.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of a mix-up when we missed the big launch of Ghost Town Alive this year, but we got invited to go on Friday and check it out. And I also took pictures of the new newly remodeled Camp Snoopy, but we'll talk about Ghost Town Alive first. So here's the thing. Yeah, this is one of my favorite annual immersive events. It runs all summer long at Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California. I didn't see the whole thing that day, but we do plan on going back, my wife and I, and experiencing the full story before this season ends because we don't want to miss out. But I did see a few hours worth of it and just had a lot of fun with it as always. It's a bunch of different characters hanging out, and a story plays out over the course of the day, and all the guests are invited to participate and interact with those characters. This is the bank robbery that happens about halfway through the story. So I got video of that, and you can watch that on the Laughing Place YouTube channel. Then the whole story ends with the big hoedown in Town Square every day. So yeah, it's always a lot of fun. Really love it. If you liked Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, this is sort of along the same lines of a story that plays out over a long period of time, and you get to know the characters through the course of the day and kind of make friends with them, and you get assigned tasks to do, and you can create your own character as well if you like, and come to the park in costume if you want.
How many thousands of dollars does this cost?
It is yours for the price of admission to Knott's Berry Farm.
I believe an annual pass right now for Knott's. Well, that may have changed as of a couple of days ago. Now that it's the Six Flags Entertainment Company, I think is the title of the parent company.
I don't even know.
That sounds right.
Do you know the dates for Ghost Town Alive, any chance?
It is on select dates. They don't say, it's no specific dates. It's basically weekends and holidays, until Labor Day this summer. So goes through the whole summer. And at the same time, after Ghost Town Alive, each day they have Ghost Town Alive, they also have Knott Summer Nights, which is basically the nighttime entertainment part of the weekend. They do live concerts, they do activities and food throughout Knott's, and that's a lot of fun as well.
And then, as you mentioned, Camp Snoopy has reopened, and I love that you put up this POV. I was just when I saw this go up, I was just picturing Mike riding this ride, getting this video.
This was the only one of the children's rides that I felt comfortable going on and getting video of. So I've been on this one a couple times before, but they did change it up for the new Camp Snoopy. They added some new character figures and a new story to it. And it's called the Beagle Express now, I think, instead of the Grand Sierra Railroad, which is what that attraction used to be called. So it's now permanently a Peanuts-based attraction. But there's also
Beagle Express Railroad.
There's also a family roller coaster in there now, and a new truck driving attraction for kids that replaces probably what was the most irritating attraction in all of Knott's Berry Farm. So I'm glad they did that. Every time we would pass by that old attraction, I would comment to my wife, that must be the worst job to have in Knott's, because the kids had access to these horns, and they were like ear-piercing horns on the attraction that it replaced, and it was just a constant barrage of these high-pitched.
So this replaced the semis where you could drive the semis?
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Those look like they just went down to Legoland and bought the old safari trucks.
Right.
They look like the ones at Discovery Kingdom too. Okay. Cool. That's not very fun.
I should also mention it's not done yet. But this is not unique to Knott's. I think we've all experienced this in recent years in theme parks, where something will open before it's complete. And that's very true of Camp Snoopy. There's a lot of construction walls still up. So I imagine in the next few months or so, we'll see the completed version of what they were going for, but
it'll be before Montezuma's Revenge, though.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mike. We're going to go back to Mike on another SoCal theme park in just a minute, but first,
okay.
A couple of quick Disney World items. there is a new bus wrap at Walt Disney World celebrating Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Aw,
I like this a lot. I really do.
me
It
too.
reminds me a lot of the probably the best segment of the attraction. Well, one of the best segments of the attraction when you get shrunken down a bit. So there you go. You like this, Jeremiah?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the bus wraps that are coming out. It's been a nice change to kind of move out of the Pandora and all the ones that have been there for a while. Like it was really stagnant for the bus wraps, and then I feel like in the past couple of months they've done much more of that, including just the character head ones like the Figment and the Mickeys. But this one is cute. I know that there is apparently a Descendants Red is the Revenge of Red or whatever it's bus wrap, but I haven't seen anything about that yet.
Do you anticipate a Country Bear bus wrap?
Oh,
They should.
done attractions yet, really, except Figment, right? They haven't done like Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, nothing like that.
Yeah, you're right. I guess they have.
They did Figment, a character, but they haven't done like Spaceship Earth.
But this is one. This isn't Princess and the Frog. This is Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Okay.
So maybe it's a thing.
I guess technically the Banshee was probably the attraction rather than the movie, right?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe we'll get an Anastasia. That would be nice. Peter's Pan Flight. Nope. Peter Pan's Flight is down for a 6-week refurbishment. Any idea what's going to be happening there, Jeremiah?
We do not know. There is a video just prior to being shut down. I went in there and got a really, subpar video because it's very hard to video Peter Pan. But we do know that there was a permit filed for WDI to put in some set dressings. So we have no idea. There's plenty of things that people have speculated on, but we'll see in approximately 5 weeks now. Maybe at D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event, they'll announce that it's being changed to some other attraction. We just don't know.
Considering that the film does come with a warning when you're watching it on Disney Plus about some of its imagery and cultural depictions,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if perhaps
Doobie, just go back. You got to show the warning.
Okay.
But
right.
well, we don't know. They haven't officially stated anything. But like I say, given its status on Disney Plus, kind of where I'm leaning. But my expectation is, but we'll see.
And then finally, Jeremiah, where will you be on? I believe I just read September 14th. Is that what it is?
Disney.
So as you guys all know, I'm a Penn fan. The past couple of Penn events haven't been.
Jeremiah? How many?
I don't know.
More than 10,000?
No. What am I, Mike with Star Wars stuff? No, I mean I could definitely. Hang on, watch this.
I saw a video short today where somebody used a lampshade to display
Disney
their
Magic Key.
I would bet anything if we actually got Jeremiah to count his pens, he has more than 10,000.
Look. Hidden Mickey pin. No, yes, I can reach within arm reach and grab at least, I would say there's probably maybe 30, 40 pins up that way. But yeah, the pin event looks great. The catalog, usually the pin events of past have been 2 days. They've changed it now to just 1 day. It's, you sign up. There's 2 different packages. I believe one's $149, the other one's $249 or somewhere in there.
119 and 249.
There you go. Thank you. And they come with different, each level has its own gift. And I always love that they call out that the lanyard is part of the gift and the ID is one of them. But the pins this year, they have a unique, I almost said it for you, Doobie, but I stopped myself. They're giving you a blacklight pin, and each of the pins will have some type of aspect that can only be seen under the blacklight.
Oh, cool.
That's neato keen.
Yeah, that's one of those, like I said, I haven't really wanted to go to many of the pin events recently, but that one was one that was like, I may be signing up for that one.
Ooh, it's gonna be Disney villains.
Yeah, there's a beautiful Chernobog pin in there that's like the thing that I want.
Hmm.
So that pin event is taking place again September 14th. It'll be held at the Coronado Springs Convention Center. Sign up if you're interested. Tell them Laughing Place sent you. I don't know why, but couldn't hurt. All right, let's get back to the West Coast. Universal Studios. I'm excited to talk about this because everything Mike went to see and put up stories on, Rebecca and I got to see just yesterday. Wow.
Today is the actual 60th anniversary of the tour.
Really?
Yes.
Just missed. Just
We were there.
I-
We were there Saturday, Doobie, not yesterday.
You're right. We were there Saturday. Thank you.
All of my friends who are at the tour are posting all the fun stuff that they get to do today, and I'm missing it quite a bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jeremiah was a former tour guide at the Universal Studios.
No.
Not a tour guide. Supervisor. In my day, a tour guide had to be able to memorize 300 pages and stall, not just push a button for a video to play.
So, as a supervisor, you did not have to be qualified to give tours?
If need be, I would have been trained to drive the tram and to give tours, not at the same time. But no, I sat in on many of the approvals for tour guides, so I got to definitely watch some of them go through the awkward phase of I'm talking, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to stall, and I'm not sure what I'm talking about. But no, the tram tour has definitely evolved quite a bit in the 20 plus years since I've been there, when it was just transforming into the video that it
was
is now.
one of the disappointments we had. We took the tram tour, and there was a point in the tour where it was clear they were just stalling for time. And instead of hearing the really unique stories that you would get at those times from my youth, they just press a button and we learn about filming Dracula on one of the sound stages in the English versus the Spanish version, which was interesting, but not as interesting as a cast member or a team member just filling time like it used to be. All right, Mike.
And we still haven't seen Earthquake. This is our third time trying, and we still haven't seen it. Nope. Bypassed it again.
And then the light turned green, and then we went to the right.
Yep. It was very
Okay,
sad.
Mike, what were you there
Broke
at
Gideon's
Universal
heart.
to see?
I saw Earthquake. The studio tour was the third
Here's
thing
some
that I
salt,
did.
guys.
Oh man, local boy gets to see Earthquake. Yay for you.
We were invited to check out the new interactive wall in Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood.
I did get to see that. Oh wait, no, that's Earthquake.
Sorry. Since he mentioned it, this is as close as we got to seeing it.
Was seeing Mike's video. Exactly.
He also got to see Courthouse Square, which we didn't get to see.
Yeah, we didn't get to see Courthouse Square either.
Yeah, that's the problem with the filming. Like,
It's okay.
they were fighting to try to keep Courthouse Square just for the tour for the summer, but Universal happens to have a lot of films and people pay a lot of money.
Yep, it's a working lot.
Okay, that's Earthquake, but that's not why you were actually there. Or why were you there, Mike?
An interactive wall, a Universal at Super Nintendo World, which is upstairs on the second level of the Frosted Glacier area of Super Nintendo World. Here's the video that I shot. That's Universal's PR person showing us how it works, and then a bunch of influencers and reporters, including myself, will do it in this video. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It goes really quickly. It's over in, I want to say, less than a minute each time.
Mm-hmm.
But it is fun, especially if you don't have if you don't have a power-up band and you hit the question mark block, only coins will pop up and you can collect the coins. But if you do have a power-up band, when you hit the question mark, one of these games will start, and then you can run around like a maniac, tapping all these enemies and blocks. And yeah, it's fun. It's a good workout for 35 seconds or however long it lasts.
When we were there, Mike, it was nice because people were patient enough that you got to play it a few times before you moved on to the next person.
Oh, okay.
Time. So because like in my case, the first time I hit the block, the mushroom popped out. But then the next time I hit the block, a star, I want to say it's the happy star that that's what I call it, but it probably has some other name, popped out. So, and Ben and I were playing together
Okay.
on the wall. But yeah, and like the kid in front of me did it 2 or 3 times before, moving on, because it is so short, and it felt like they were progressive. But my son Gideon, he did it later, and he said no, that was more like a random thing.
I think it's random. My understanding is that it's random.
That's what he said.
But yeah, there's 4 different items. I think the mushroom, the flower, the ice flower, fire flower and ice flower, and the star, which I think is the special one.
I feel like since it's on Glacier Wall, it should always be the ice flower.
It was nice to have the variety. I enjoyed it.
And then this is the second thing they showed us during that media event, the photo ops that are now in Universal Plaza on the upper lot. This is the ET one.
Unicycles?
3 half bicycles.
No, it's just a bicycle. It's funny.
Where's Marshall? I need Marshall in this. If we're talking ET, we need Marshall.
So awesome.
And then in the back wall there's a history of the studio tour. In the center is the DeLorean from Back to the Future, of course. And there's
that DeLorean. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
There's other photo ops for the what is that tunnel called? The
ice tunnel.
Ice tunnel, yeah. There's the Wild West 6 Points, Texas, and a Jaws one.
Yep.
A couple other fun things. They had characters walking around, Woody Woodpecker, and I saw Frankenstein's monster. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun little area.
So that DeLorean, you're never going to guess where it came from.
Well, I was wondering, so, they had built that really nice display on the lower lot that got turned into another restaurant or something.
Yeah.
And that DeLorean got moved over to the Peterson Automotive Museum. Is this that one?
No, that is staying at the Peterson Auto Museum. That one came all the way from Orlando, Florida.
This one did.
DJ that we know built that one.
Okay, so this is not this is not a screen used.
No.
What about the one that's on the studio tour now? Is that screen used?
I think that was a screen used. I'd need to double check that one, but
okay.
Yeah, the one at Peterson staying there. That one was DJ Elliott, good friend of Laughing Place, built that one and had it shipped out there a while ago. This was supposed to be up. Yes.
DJ Elliott, which is a name I've now become familiar with, built a DeLorean.
He builds all sorts of. He'll build.
I don't think he built the DeLorean. He just turns it into the time machine.
Thank you, Mike. I can't wait to meet this guy. Wow.
But this was supposed to be part of when it originally opened prior to summer, but due to some park buyouts, they weren't able to do this. And if you want to see this, you better hurry because you have just over a month now just under a month, because this all goes away, I believe, just before D23, the Ultimate Fan Event, because that's when Halloween goes into preparation. Because that's when the 60th stuff for the tram tour ends also.
I'm impressed with the 60th. For something that's clearly just, we don't have anything new, so let's create this event. It's really nice. They've done a good job. I really enjoyed the 60th and all the history there, because this is as much a part of my childhood nostalgia as Disneyland is those trips to Universal Studios. So it was pretty awesome. I'm glad we got to go.
I'm just sad there are no Power Rangers.
I think this is the stamp I collected for playing that game that Mike was. I think that's the one I got. It's a repeatable stamp, see? But I only collected it once.
Oh, we got to eat at Toadstool.
Oh, yeah, we got to eat at Toadstool.
Our first time eating at Toadstool, which was an ordeal.
To do the meatball with the jalapenos.
We happened to be in there at 3:11 p.m., so we will never forget that, where we were when, but we're not going into that. But it was just an ordeal because you have to get a reservation and then go there and stand in line, and then stand in line to order your food, and then stand in line to sit at your table, and then wait an inordinate amount of time for your food to arrive. In the end, the food was decent. The dessert was really good. It was just quite an experience.
The desserts were really tasty. Our wait for food would not have been as long if the lady, 2 families in front of us, did not take 15 minutes to order her food.
That is true.
But yeah,
Humans.
the way that it's done is you enter during your time slot. So like when we entered, it was the 3 o'clock time slot that was being permitted to enter, and the 3:15 was just about to enter, kind of behind us. And we ordered our food, and then after we had our drinks, had our drinks on a tray. We were led up to a kind of a seating table, and that's where they would take your name and your party size. So they kind of had it, they had some ideas to what party sizes they were looking for, and they would assign you a table, and you would go sit down and wait for your food to arrive. And yeah, it took a long time for our food to get there, and it was okay. It wasn't even that hot when it arrived.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if it took a long time and arrived piping hot, but it did not.
Yeah, but the desserts were really. I would totally recommend that as a place to go for like dessert, but don't think of it as. But based on our experience, it's not a quick service. It took a while. So if you're worried about time,
they built the Power Up Cafe upstairs to kind of gather for the quicker service.
Yeah, Power Up Cafe
which is fantastic.
Is much better. The food is so good, from the calzones that they have up at Power. In fact, that's where we ate when we first entered the park, because I love their calzones. So, but their sodas are way too expensive. So even though I like them, I didn't buy any this trip. $13 for a soda with boba, in essence. It's just too much. So I didn't get it. Yeah, it was. But I love their calzones.
And Saturday, it's rare for us. Got to experience a first time, a brand new attraction that we've never experienced before. What is it called? The Kung Fu Panda something or other. Anyway, it's the University.
DreamWorks Theater.
The DreamWorks Theater.
Theater.
We'd never been in the DreamWorks Theater before, so we finally got to experience that.
So it was way better than I expected it to be, and it was still really bad. Bad.
If you saw Shrek before, it sure does seem like it has every exact effect in there too.
Oh, really? I just thought of it as a really nice. For me, it was just a really nice air-conditioned massage chair. So okay.
I like the chair. It's a little individual pod.
Yeah.
So, not good, but I've done worse. And man, that Skyway, which they don't Skywalk. They don't call it that. They just call it an escalator.
I'm sorry,
Starway. Yeah.
The Starway.
That's so much fun. I love that. We rode.
But we got to do the step off the tram thing.
Yes, that's right. We did do that, and that was fun. I really enjoyed that.
It was very simple. I don't know, Mike, when you went, I know you just did the tram tour. Did it take if you had wanted to take pictures, were there long waits for each of the?
Oh, I did them. Spots? I did almost all of them. I did it. I didn't do the Fast and Furious one, but I did all the other ones.
And what did you have to queue up much?
Yes, but it was maybe 5 minutes each, not longer than that.
Yeah, ours, the Hollywood sign had a little bit of a wait. Literally no wait to take a picture with the Psycho House. No wait to take a picture with the King Kong hand.
Wait a minute.
I like
it. Probably should be cropped.
The best.
Why didn't he just go in there with you?
Oh, because it was a picture of me and my son. It was a mom.
No, it's not. It's a picture of the Bates Motel, the barricade behind you, Benji, the guy behind them.
Well, we didn't crop it, but to show here. But yeah.
For later cropping.
Yeah. So.
But my favorite thing was talking to. I mean, this really may have been my favorite part of the whole day.
He had so much fun.
Talking to Psycho guy, I can't remember his name.
Norman Bates.
Norman Bates. Wow, that's embarrassing. Talking to Bates.
What is he holding there?
He's hiding a knife.
He's holding it. No, not yet. He's holding a towel, but when he lifts it up, it's kind of bloody underneath. Mm-hmm. He made a mess and he has to clean up. And he does this eye blinking thing, and his mannerisms are so good.
Doobie, so your favorite thing was talking to a psychopath.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sorry, the psychopath is actually up to the left some.
Perhaps this is why. I'm not sure.
It must be a fun gig playing Norman Bates. You just have to stand there and look creepy.
And talk creepy.
One of the things I really enjoyed was the couple beside us. The guy was like asking him to take care of his. Hey, could you do something about that woman over there?
Who I thought was his wife, but it was his sister-in-law.
Oh, his sister-in-law pulled out the blade. It was so good. It was way too much fun. We had a good time in the
Norman Bates is awesome.
But that's a special thing they're doing for this anniversary tour. But what it did mean for us was that we ended up saying goodbye to our tour guide and our red and white tram that we were in, and instead had to board a modern tram, which our son preferred anyway. He felt like he appreciated that they did the classic overlay, but he was like, it just doesn't work on a modern tram.
I did think it was awkward that you had one tour guide for 90% and then a different guide for the last 10%.
Well, the last 10% doesn't really even matter anyway.
Yeah.
But we were with a Chinese tour group from the front end. I'm pretty sure it was a Chinese tour group, and they were just so reactive and having so much fun on it. It's been a long time since I've been on the tram tour with a large travel group from outside the US, and their responsiveness to moments on the tram just make it that much more fun. So like when the screens first kick on in Kong, you could just you could hear the whole group just gasp, and when the flash flood came at you, like the whole group was like, ah! It was just way more fun than like my typical experience.
I assume they gasped in the earthquake because they love that scene in Beverly Hills Cop 3 so much.
Didn't get earthquake, remember?
They would have.
And Beverly Hills Cop 3 is horrible.
I just watched that because I was going to watch Axel F. And it's very
yeah, it was way fun. That picture of you and Ben is so cute.
Sorry, I forgot you didn't get it.
Look at how adorable they are. Check it out.
And then Mike has a nice article updating the Fast and Furious construction. This is not Mike's picture. This is my picture. I was taking pictures because I hadn't seen an article appear on our site, and then literally halfway through the day, an article pops up. Like, oh, guess I can stop now. So
coming in 2026.
2026, exactly. Still got a little ways to go.
I don't think I did that article, but I probably took some of the pictures.
Luke gathered it from your assets. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, folks. Anything else anyone wants to mention before we say adieu?
Jeremiah,
I forgot something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I forgot something. My bad. Very important. Very important. On Paramount Plus, the making of Illumination.
I watched that.
Million Blast. The worst attraction in the history of
How many times in that do they have somebody hit the other guy in the head with the gun? Smack!
You want the behind the scenes of making the worst attraction ever. There it is.
Mike, this is coming to Hollywood at some point. Like, this is going to be in Hollywood.
This attraction. You all are wrong.
Is it not
no, it's enjoyable, but they could have done that with the moving walkway from the parking lot, and it would have been better.
Peacock. I said Peacock, didn't I? Oh,
yeah, you said Paramount.
You said Paramount, I think.
Star Trek on Paramount.
Those are the same in my head.
I know, but it's Peacock. And they're not.
Peacock. Peacock.
Yeah, the attraction is most people I know think it's bad. I almost fall every time I'm on the moving walkway because that transition when it makes a curve, I almost fall every time. I have to be on like the left dot instead of the right dot in order not to totally lose my balance. My sister got smacked in the head with a rifle. I have yet to get smacked in the head, but I could see where it's highly possible. But I love it. I would ride it. I would ride it over and over again. I want to keep getting a better score. I want to get all the little things. You can go around the land and collect little things. I still haven't had an opportunity to do that yet. So I'm a sucker for interactive. Give me a stamp on my
How many of the Play Disney ones do you have though?
I have quite a few. I don't have them all, but I have quite a few.
Mike, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I just wanted to thank Disney Products for this hat. It's the Imperial insignia.
Oh, very important.
And I also wanted to thank Roosevelt's for announcing that all of their Comic-Con exclusives will be Phantom Menace 25th anniversary. Should save me a couple $100.
Well, not all. The one is the Star Wars sticker.
Okay.
It's the
Thank you
trading
for
card
making
sticker,
stuff
the
I
Star
don't
Wars
want.
logo.
Oh,
Fair
That's
enough. Yeah, that's a
Friday.
cool one. They're all cool.
Okay. So Benji is coming in saying he has 284 play
But
Disney.
Benji
achievements.
cheats.
I have to see how many I have. Why? How does Benji cheat? Oh, never mind. I don't want to know. You can tell me later. Now I need to know how many I have. I don't have very many.
247.
You're at 247. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to be very pathetic in my number. I have a feeling. How do I know?
Zero, I'm proud.
Just open it.
Yeah.
And then
It says my achievements. That's it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm in the pathetic level. I'm just 83.
Play it. Hate the game. Word to your mother. All right, folks.
What's your favorite earned thing, Jeremiah?
I enjoy the holiday ones that randomly pop up.
Yeah.
Know.
This is my
You're
favorite
just
one.
not gonna. It's not going anywhere. Just
See, I like this one. May the 4th be with you, because I went on the 4th.
Oh wait, hang on. Let me show you my favorite ones.
Okay. I have something to talk about though before we leave, Doobie. So don't shut off before I get to share my thing. Well, Jeremiah.
They've removed the. Oh no, they're limited time. No longer available.
Oh, Little Splash Mountain stamps. Okay, cool. I just want to put a plug in for the 80s, 90s celebration in concert that's coming to the Hollywood Bowl this upcoming weekend. I looked, there's still tickets available. I mean, check out, they're going to play stuff from Fantasmic. See, Fantasmic's on there. That's Disney Park, so that's how I'm getting away with talking about it here. But they're going to also have amazing music because the 80s and 90s, when it comes to Disney, incredible stuff, whether it's from Hercules or Toy Story or Hunchback. The list of performers: Susan Egan, Ariel Jacobs, Bill Farmer, Goofy, because of Goofy movie, Corbin Bleu. I'm hoping that he's going to do some of the newsy stuff, but I'm not sure what they're gonna have him performing. What's wild is Anastasia is part of this, which is now a Disney umbrella product, but it's still weird to me to see it in a 80s, 90s.
Just wait till the next time when they do the 70s and Rocky Horror is part of it.
Oh, no.
So bizarre. So yeah, like I say, if you are somebody who wants to introduce kind of symphony music or that type of thing to your kids, Hollywood Bowl's a great place to do it because it's rather casual. I mean, you're outside. The weather is almost always idyllic. Like last time when we were there just this weekend, it was really comfortable weather. There's a nice breeze that comes by. In fact, I always have to bring a blanket and jacket because I start to get chilled once the sun goes down. But there's people eating. The helicopters are not terribly far away sometimes. So like I say, if you have a kid, it's a nice way to bring them to a symphony without being super concerned that they're like super uber quiet. And at the Hollywood Bowl, I know some people are intimidated by the parking. Once again, we use the shuttle. I haven't been to the bowl in decades, but I just leaned back into an old habit and we bought shuttle tickets. It's $8. Oftentimes the parking of the location that you bring your car to is free. So we parked our car, hopped on a shuttle. Somebody else did the driving all the way to the bowl from Pasadena and back. And we were to the bowl very quickly. And when the concert was over, walked out to our bus, sat down. Within a few moments, we were driving back home and leaving. We weren't having to wait, because we were parked in or have to deal with the exit traffic. It was a really simple way, especially with kids. The concerts end late. You get back to the bus and you're seated and you're just able to enjoy the ride home from the bowl and everything. Just a rather stress-free, to me, way of going to the bowl. I've been going with my family since we were littles and finally got to take my own son and loved it. And around us were several children as well who were having a really great time because it was a John Williams concert. So it a lot of music that they're familiar with. And so once again, it's going to keep them more interested. They use these large screens now there to have various images that are also appealing. Yep, as Kyle says, park at the metro station, go up one hill to Universal, go back down, take the metro to Hollywood, go up the hill. Yep, there you go. That's the reality of it. It's right in that area. But I don't know, Mike, you've probably been to the bowl. Anything you want to add about the bowl experience?
I love the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah, we've had a number of wonderful, memorable experiences there. Are you guys? Do we have somebody going to this show on Friday on this coming weekend?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we might also be there. So
Oh,
I don't know
good.
who is
It's my
going.
birthday.
We'll try to say.
No,
Oh,
it's my birthday.
okay.
It's my birthday weekend. So yeah.
Happy
So
birthday.
thank you.
But yeah, hopefully we'll see you there.
So I'm super excited. I'm super excited for this concert. The John Williams concert was amazing. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to be there because he's recovering from an illness. So Thomas Newman actually filled in, and it was nice. I haven't been to a symphony in a while. Sorry, you have to hit the button to share yours. There you go.
Sorry.
I just hit the button probably as you did and ended up removing it from stage. So. So yeah, one of my favorite moments from this concert. Sorry, Jeremiah, I kicked you out by accident. One of my favorite moments from this concert was when Thomas Newman, the conductor, he turned around for the he had walked out on stage and he was conducting John Williams, Star Wars music, and then he turned and he saw all the lightsabers, and you could see it just kind of took his breath away for a moment, and he just stopped and said to the crowd, "Wow, I wish you all could see what this is like to look out onto the sea." You can just tell that the moment had kind of taken him a bit by surprise to pivot and to see kind of the sea of lightsabers. So that was very, very cool. I guess they've been family friends for a very long time. So I'm sure it was special for him to see that, because that's a different kind of symphony experience, I'm sure.
Okay. Now we're done?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, now we're done.
Okay. No, it's fine. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be back next Monday. Barely and Sussex will be here on Tuesday. I figure sometime later this week, Mike, you'll be doing the finale.
Friday morning.
Friday morning, Mike will be talking about the finale of the latest Star Wars television show called Acolyte.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, uh-oh.
It's on Disney Store right now.
If you buy that, please do it via Laughing Place. We do get a small commission for that.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Bye.